The suspension on trading in Serba Dinamik Holdings shares remains in effect as the company has not complied with the directive to make an announcement on the findings from the Special Independent Review, says Bursa Malaysia. This follows Serba Dinamik's last update on October 25th, when the group denied that its directors had been given a factual findings update by Ernst & Young, which is undertaking an independent review of the group's financials. In a filing on Wednesday, Bursa Malaysia says that Serba Dinamik has not complied with the directive to make an announcement on the findings from the review by October 26, 2021. Bursa Malaysia also reiterates that a listed issuer must make public disclosure of any material information in a timely manner. According to a statement, Bursa Malaysia says that based on its understanding, soft copies of the factual findings update were provided to Serba Dinamik's independent non-executive directors on October 22nd and that physical copies had been delivered as requested on October 23rd. Serba Dinamik, in its filing on October 25th, says EY was still in the midst of performing the special independent review and that the documents from the independent reviewer did not fall within paragraph 9.03 and 9.35a of the main market listing requirements, which relate to disclosure of information considered material if it affects a company's share price and investor decision. Serba Dinamik further shared that its terms of engagement with EY have provided that no work products will be distributed to any parties, including the regulators, before and or after the status update. The oil and gas company was last traded at 35 cents prior to its suspension on October 22nd. Ex-Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak had on Wednesday filed a libel suit against Tan Sri Tommy Thomas and publisher GB Gerak Budaya Enterprise over the publication of Thomas's book titled My Story, Justice in the Wilderness. The latest legal action followed Thomas's written work in the book regarding the murder of Mongolian Altantuya Sharibu back in 2006 and Najib's alleged involvement. Najib claims that the passages in the book had caused seeds of doubt and distrust in him and further disparaged his reputation as a former PM and finance minister. He adds that the intention was to incarcerate him so that he would not be able to contest the next general election and demolish his popularity. This is the second suit filed by the Pekan MP after he had filed one on October 22nd against Thomas and the government for alleged malicious prosecution. In this latest suit, Najib is seeking general, aggravated or punitive and exemplary damages along with an unqualified apology in 3 major media outlets for 3 days. He is also seeking injunction to restrain the defendants from publishing similar related defamatory statements and also the removal of the impugned passages from the book. Health DG Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah says that according to the Ministry of Health, the level of acrylamide in Malaysian biscuits remains below the EU Commission regulations benchmark. Based on the monitoring done by the MOH's Food Safety and Quality Division since 2015, the average level of acrylamide is at 246 microgram per kilogram, whereas the EU's benchmark is 350 microgram per kilogram. In a statement, Noor Hisham says the MOH has also done a risk assessment on carcinogens, acrylamide and glycidol in food and that the assessment shows the health risk of getting cancer from biscuit consumption is low. This issue had come into the limelight following a report on the Hong Kong Consumer Council website that claimed that some 60 samples of pre-packed biscuits and crackers it tested contained carcinogens, acrylamide and glycidol. Among the brands mentioned include Hap Sing, Jacobs and Julie's, which are manufactured in Malaysia. The council also noted that 40% of the products analysed had misleading nutrition labels. Noor Hisham explains that acrylamide is a contaminant that can be produced during food processing or preparation. However, he adds that such contaminants can be controlled through the selection of appropriate raw materials and processes. Garang Holdings returned to the black for the first quarter of FY22 after it posted a net profit of 3.69 million for the quarter compared with a net loss of 455,000 reported the year before. This was due to higher contributions in construction, property and utility along with lower operating costs. Revenue for the quarter rose 17% to 134.6 million ringgit. All its businesses saw improved numbers, with its construction division posting an improved profit before tax of 1.67 million due to higher work progress for ongoing projects. Its property division also recorded higher PBT of 4.78 million as sales improved. On its prospects, Garang expects gradual recovery in the construction and property business segments thanks to the ramp-up of the national vaccination program. It says its construction division will continue to actively participate in open biddings for projects to replenish its order book. Currently, Garang's order book stands at 429 million, which provides earnings visibility for up to 2 years. Garang says its property division's performance is expected to recover thanks to its focus on the mid-market segment and its 188 million in unbilled sales. Perusahaan Automobil Nasional has rolled off the production lines in Karachi, operated by its partner Al-Hajj Automotive, the exclusive distributor of Proton models in Pakistan, Bernama reports. The first model to roll off the production line is the Saga, which will then be followed by the X70 with a potential rollout time of December 2021. In a statement, Proton said that the Proton Saga, which came off the line on October 13th, was presented during a ceremony graced by the President of Pakistan, Dr. Arif Alvi. The Saga is the first model to be assembled at Al-Hajj's new greenfield production plant in Karachi that was built at a cost of $20 million. Speaking during the ceremony, the President of Pakistan said with an initial annual capacity of 25,000 units, the potential sales volume of the Pakistan market makes it a critical part of Proton's plan to grow exports in the future.